Shh, Flaptastic. Come with me to the craft room and I'll show you how I was able to get 15 photos on one scrapbook page using Creative Memories flaps. Let's go. So today I'm gonna discuss page planning for multiple photos on a page. Sometimes when you're working with photos, you wanna have a feature page like this one, and then sometimes you wanna have a lot of photos on a page. If you have too many photos on a page over and over again, your scrapbook can look a little bit redundant. So by using a technique where you do a feature page and then a multiple page, it gives that interest. When you're working with multiple photos, a lot of times they say take the best ones and then leave the rest. But in this case, I wanted to put a lot more photos on because of the story they told. So I had the first page was the highlight feature photo for my daughter's 3rd birthday. And now I'm gonna do some organizing to add a bunch of photos on the page. I want to do all these photos on just a second page. And I've got, that's 5, 8, 11, 13, 15 photos. So I want to add 15 photos on the second page, and I'm going to use a variation of Lanita Medita's flap technique. I'm going to post the link to her video in my description below, so you can see the inspiration that I got out of it. So for this one here, because I am telling my story, I kind of wanted to add it in flaps. So I'm just doing a quick layout. So for mine, I've decided I'm going to use the same background paper as I had on the first one. So that'll be my base part. I'm going to add a border on this side. I want to have 2 flaps, but I want to have on the back side here like 2 4x4s or 4.5 by 4.5, which I can crop these down and they'll sit nicely. So from here, I'm going to add 2 flaps, probably at the 7-inch mark, so probably the 7.5-inch mark if I'm doing a 4-inch photo. So this is when it's always nice to have an extra little sticky notepad on hand, just to make these notes when you're putting things in. So for this one here, I'm gonna go at 7.5 for a flap, and then a 6 inches for a flap. I'm gonna do 1.5 inch, so on one edge of my flaps, I will have a 1.5 inch border, and that way I can put a vertical title down the page. So that'll be my note for later that we're gonna add a flap there. So these two are gonna be 4 inches each. Then I'm gonna have a flap with this next one. Now to space them out, I just grabbed the 3 photos I can do. I put on some scrap paper that I had that I use for backup stamping, and I'm just gonna slide this one in to tell that story. Pausing for the dog. And on the back half, so this will be the first page story. Family came over, we sat and we had our cake, and when I flip it over, then we went and did some gift opening. So when you do your panels that you're going to put in your flaps, I don't know what color background paper I'm going to use yet, but you don't have to have them all square. You can cut your shapes and your sizes and make it all work for you. So this one I did a bit of cropping already. I have to do a little bit more, but this one will fit inside. Then we do the gift opening. And with the gift opening, somebody gave her some makeup. So you give a 3-year-old some makeup and they kind of look like a bit of a disaster. Normally I wouldn't put a photo like this in my album, but if you see the way my daughter does makeup these days and the amazing things she does, you will be so impressed that I have to include this one, her humble beginnings. So then we're going to add her makeup page in there. So we got some gifts, we did a gift opening, we applied some makeup, and a lot of this had to do because Grandma's birthday's around the corner. She came for a visit and she wanted to do some family portraits for her birthday. So this one here, I have the first one on the page, but this is a nice close-up photo, and because when you buy these portrait things you get 1,500 photos, I'm going to add that one in here. Let's add it to a little flyer page on its own so it doesn't And then I'm going to add the little one there with a bit of a story saying that we went to the Sears studio and got some nice portrait photos done for Grandma. The larger one like this will be in Grandma's feature page. And then I'll show off some more of the other feature photos I had. Now I did rob a circle out of this sheet of paper, but it's the last one I have. So I am going to put a photo down here so you don't know that I've taken a piece out of that one. So these two are going to be in the back 6 inches. So this is a quick idea on how you can tell a story. So this page is, we went and got our photos taken. This page, I opened my gifts, I put on my makeup. This page, my family came and had the party. And they're going to be spaced out kind of like this and like this. And because this one is small enough, I can slide it over because these are more 4-inch verticals. So this will be able to sit here and I can have a title down there. This one is going to be flush with the 6-inch back here. And when the last one comes over, you'll have the last 2 pages. So this is how you can do some quick planning on getting multiple photos on a page. I'll show you my finished product. So this is the final layout for this spread. We're getting 15 photos in a 2-page spread. First one is my feature one, and the second one here will be my flaps, so you can get another bunch of photos. I'm not going to put on my lights because I'm trying to keep the glare off the page protectors, which I do need to have to put the flaps on. When you're adding flaps to the center of the page, you do have to put them on top of the page protector. So this first set of photos are directly on the page. Then I've got a flap here. I get another 2-page spread. In this second flap, I have added tabs at the bottom to flip. And then I flip over again and I get my final page spread on the second flap and then the back side of the page. So in this layout here, I actually have 3 pages, 1, 2, 3 on one page itself. And if you have a closer look, let me zoom up here a little bit so you can see a bit better. The thickness of this is not that bad at all to put it in your album. Not a lot of weight. So there you have it. Working with some flaps. I hope this helps you when you have lots and lots of photos and you want to save some space in your album. Have a good afternoon. Well, I hope you found that helpful. We'll catch you in the next video. Don't forget to share me with your friends and like and subscribe. Next time.